Hello, darlings. Today I'm going to spill the tea. Oh, don't have any tea. However, I do want to share with you today 10 beginner boudoir mistakes to avoid. Try to say that 10 times fast. 10 beginner boudoir mistakes to avoid. 10 beginner boudoir. Okay, yeah, you get it. So let's go. Let me tell you all about it. I said that wrong.
You do things to me that I just can't describe. The way you say my name just makes me tremble deep inside. I wanna feel your touch and get enough of your sweet.
Tip number 1, do not do your first boudoir shoot with a client. Definitely practice first. Ask friends, family members, whoever you can get in front of your camera to practice boudoir. Like, you don't want to start off right off the bat with a client just because there's so many mistakes that you can make, and you don't want to make those mistakes with the client. So practice first with your friends. Tip number 2, there's a kitty. Tip number 2, be sure to don't just shoot basic posing. Like, I know everybody looks around at other boudoir photographers and everybody kind of does the same poses over and over. Look for poses that are going to wow your clients. You want to have some great poses that are just going to knock them away. Like, you don't want to use this basic stuff like this. So definitely, by the way, that's my photo. I mean, not of me, but a photo that I took. So I don't do poses like that anymore. So definitely make sure to pick poses that are wow poses. Tip number 3, do not shoot from the same angle over and over and over during your boudoir shoot. I see this mistake made all the time by beginners. They get their clients in a pose and they shoot the same direction all the time. Once you have your person in their pose, you want to kind of shoot around them. This is called flow posing. It's really easy to do. I have another video about this that I'll link below, so be sure to check that out. But definitely make sure that you shoot from different angles. It's going to give your client a lot more variety and they're going to love their photos way more. So don't shoot from the same angle every time. Number 4, do not shoot with the wrong lens. I know, what do I mean here? This is a tricky question because there's so many lenses that you could use for the wrong situation. So basically, you don't want to use a 200 millimeter lens if you're shooting in a small space, just because all your images are going to be super tight and look terrible. Or, well, they might not all look terrible, but you know what I mean. So definitely make sure you choose a lens that works well for the space or the look that you're trying to go for. So definitely using a wide lens is okay, but you just don't want to do super tight shots using a wide lens because you're going to get distorted body features on a client. If you're like shooting their booty and you're using a super wide lens, it's going to make their booty look really big. So definitely consider that when you're choosing your lenses. Try to shoot with several lenses during your session. Don't just use one. You can use a variety. And if you have more questions about this, drop them below. I'm happy to answer them for you. Tip number 5, do not only use natural light. I know. Don't start yelling at the screen. I'm telling you, there's so many things that you can do besides using natural light for your whole entire shoot. You can use video light. You can use off-camera flash. And I know a lot of people don't know a lot about off-camera flash, and that's totally fine. If you want to just start out with a constant light, buy a video light and experiment with it to get some of these beautiful moody shots that you see. So don't always just use natural light. Try to mix it up. Give your clients variety by giving them a mix of lighting situations. So look into this, and I will actually make another video on this soon because I want to share with you some of the things that I do to get shots like this. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel as well and hit the like button. Thank you. Okay, let's go to tip number 6. So don't go into your shoot without having some poses in mind. An easy way to do this is to go onto Pinterest and collect some poses that you really love. And this kind of circles back to tip number 2. So you want to kind of have some things that you can look at to decide how you're going to pose your clients. Don't just go in and wing it. definitely have like a little shot list of things that you want to try or things that you want to do. I have 20 shots that I do with every client that works for every body type. And I know that they're going to be a big seller to them. So I try to do this every time. So don't go into your shoot without having some shots in mind, especially poses. Like, you definitely want to have your poses in mind that you're going to do with your client. Tip number 7, don't expect your clients to walk in and be supermodels and know everything that they're supposed to do. You are going to have to help them relax and feel confident, and you're going to have to direct them. The best way to do this is by showing them the poses. So hop on the bed, hop on the couch, lay on the floor, show them what you're doing, because that's going to make them feel more confident in doing it instead of you just directing them. So make sure that you do direct them throughout the post or throughout the shoot of what you're doing, but show them as well. It's going to make them feel so much more comfortable. So that is tip number 7. So let's go to tip number 8. Oh my gosh, this one drives me crazy. I always hate when I see this. So don't go nuts with the depth of field. Like, you don't want to blur out all the best bits and parts that you're trying to showcase in their photos. So definitely make sure that you watch your aperture. You just don't want to get crazy. You definitely want to have, like, to show some stuff. So especially if you're focusing on their face and you're doing this beautiful shot of them laying, you don't want their boobies to be blurred out so much that you don't even know what they are. So definitely think about this, watch your depth of field. So let's move on to number 9. Okay, so this is another one that is a pet peeve, is seeing photos that people do not post their clients' hands. So I have a video on hand posing, so I'll drop that down below as well. But that's a big thing. You really have to direct them on how to use their hands for the photos. So just because people don't know what to do with their hands and they get all weird about it. So definitely make sure that you tell them how to place their hands, show them how to place their hands. You can even help them just before you ever touch anybody. Make sure you tell them that you're going to touch their hands to move them a different direction or any of that. But definitely show them what you want them to do. I actually show them. So I do the pose and then I show them like how to put their hands just to make it easy for them. So let's move on to tip number 10. So the last tip, number 10, is about contracts. Make sure before you start shooting with clients that you have a solid contract. Just because if anything goes wrong, you just want to have everything written about money, all of that stuff. So definitely make sure that you're set with a good contract. I also have a video on this, so I'll link that down below as well. And if you ever have any questions about any of these topics, feel free to drop a comment below, or you can DM me on Instagram. And I hope you will follow me on Instagram as well. Lots of great content there, lots of examples of my work, and great posing on there too. If you ever want to like save some of those to use for your own photo shoots, you're welcome to. I am an open book for you, so definitely let me know if you need anything anytime. And I hope you guys have a wonderful 2021. Bye.